Hey everybody, welcome to episode number 39 of Big Time Reality TV. My name is Andrew Kirk. You guys can follow me on Twitter at CSUGradAKirk. And today, so glad to get this guy back. We've been working this out for
Yeah,
the past 3 seasons now. You guys can
my
find him on Twitter
boy
at
Andrew.
MTV
Yeah,
Cory Wharton. It's the man,
it's
Cory
the
Wharton
man.
from original season Real World Explosion. How we doing, Cory?
I'm doing good, man. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it. It's been some time, and I'm glad to be back. So thank you.
Yeah, I'm glad to have you back, and hopefully we don't have any technical difficulties like we did back in the day. Remember those?
Yeah, no, I upgraded, man. I'm Team iPhone now, so hopefully this
There we
works.
go. There we go.
I'm trying to get this set up. So if there we go, iPhone is sliding on me. All right, cool.
So how's
Yeah,
everything
no,
going,
we're
man?
good. What was that?
How's everything going?
Good, man. Everything's going good. Living in LA, training. I have a website coming out, so that's exciting. And just living life, bro. Living life.
Yeah, you were telling me before we went live that you live with your cousin, huh?
Yeah, Mitch. Me and Mitch live together over here in Culver City, and he's at work right now. Mitch works a 9 to 5. He's the responsible one. I'm the MTV degenerate, and yeah, I'm the reality star. He's a financial advisor, so I live with Mitch.
Doesn't surprise me.
Yeah,
Uh,
no, not at all. Not at
doing
all.
big things.
Yeah.
So I want to let you guys know that people that are watching, you guys can ask Cory questions. You guys can tweet me at CSUGradAKirk, and we will get to as many questions as we can. So
Tweet,
first,
follow this man. He is the reality star guru. Okay, I need everyone to go follow this man.
so I got to know, man. Challenge number 3. You come off a
Yep.
challenge where you got beat in an elimination round, unfortunately, to a guy who I can't stand, and Nate.
Terrible loss, man. Terrible
Yeah.
loss. It's like a top seed
How did
losing.
you feel going into this one after that? That unfortunately.
I feel like I have a lot to prove. Rivals 3, I had a disappointing performance. It's well, we're past March Madness, but it's kind of was like a 2 seed losing to what, a 15th seed or something crazy like that. Like it was an upset. I didn't perform well, and I just kind of said, hey, on this next one, I got to bring it. And yeah,
Yeah.
it was
So I
disappointing.
mean,
Disappointing loss.
you start out in the shelter with a
Yep.
bunch of non-champs. I mean, you got to
Yeah.
be feeling pretty. You got to be feeling pretty good early on in the shelter. I mean, was there any of the guys that you were like, oh, he's gonna be tough. He's gonna be tough to beat. I don't think there was any for you.
No. There was no guys. Can you see me?
Mm. But you're good. You're good. Keep talking, and we'll probably come back.
Okay. Yeah, there's no guys that I really was like, okay, this guy I'm scared of. It was just like, okay, this is weird because we don't have bananas. We don't have a lot of the vets, So I'm looking around and I'm like, damn, I've done 3 of these. Tony and Dario have also done 3, but everyone else has really only done 1 or 2. And then there's Shane, which Shane has been out of the game for a long time, so he's kind of like the sleeper. No one knows how he's going to perform. But I'm trying to get this camera back on. Hold on,
Yeah.
let's see here. It's because my phone said low battery.
I got you.
Ha. Oh yeah.
There it is.
So yeah, no, the shelter was cool, man. It was a whole different experience. One, living outside, bro. Second of all, I'm with a whole bunch of rookies, and well, not rookies, just people who haven't done the challenge, as many times as a chance. But yeah, it was just a crazy experience.
Mm-hmm. So I mean, you go on, you win the elimination round. What do you think? Before we get into the Oasis, I mean, you were in the
Yeah.
elimination round with Theo, the quote unquote Division I athlete, and
Right.
he ends up quitting. So I mean, what was your thoughts about that?
I mean, I didn't really know what the elimination was going to be. They don't tell us what the elimination is going to be. We get there and we see it. So I just wanted to go in with a clear mindset and be ready to compete. And I knew it was going to be tough. Theo says he's a great athlete. And so I just was coming ready for it. And sure enough, when I got up there and I had to go before he did, I just said, hey, let me get as many balls as I can in my hand and jump as fast as I can. And that's the best I could do. And hopefully he drops one. And sure enough, it's Theo's turn and he doesn't even jump. So, I know, hey, I got my ticket. Let the games begin. Like I kind of tell people, the shelter felt like a preseason. It was a really strange challenge. The shelter was like a preseason tournament. We're working to get to March Madness. We're working to get to the tournament. And so I got my ticket, and now it's time for the real season to begin. So.
Yeah, I was listening to a podcast that one of my buddies does, and he said it basically felt like 3 seasons. There's a shelter, and then the underdogs have their own season, the champs have their own season.
Yeah, I definitely think production could have went about things a little different, but you get dealt the cards that you get dealt, and you deal with them. You got to play with them, and that's how the game was being played. So it's like we would go against the champs on challenge days, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they really didn't affect our game at all. They're not voting on who goes in. They're not sending people home. They're literally just competing against us for our cash. So that was fun. But yeah.
Mm-hmm. So when you guys were in this shelter, I mean, you guys probably obviously, when I talked with Ashley, she was like, we knew the champs were coming. Who were you guys speculating that were coming?
I figured CT would make a comeback. We all know bananas can't take a break. Then I kind of had a feeling Zach was going to come because Jenna was there and Bruno was there, and then Ashley came. Like, it was just a big – I was like, hey, they're going to do something with that. There's just too many old hookups. They're going to want to bring that up. So I figured Zach would be involved. And I think the sleeper was Darrell. I didn't really know much about him. I've heard about him. I think Darrell was even before I started to watch the challenge. Like, he was a long time ago.
Back in, I was in 7th grade when he was on.
Yeah, you see it. And I thought I watched it that long ago, but I guess not. I don't remember him or Shane. So I didn't really watch the show that long ago. So to see him, I was just like, okay, this is who everyone keeps talking about. So, yeah, let the competition begin.
Yeah, so once the champs come in, you guys face off. You guys win that first challenge.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the divide. I mean, obviously, early on in the shelter, they had one side, which was led by Nelson.
Yeah.
And one side, which was led by you and Tony. I mean, what happened with this whole? Was it like this the whole time from the beginning?
Honestly, bro, it all happened because of the first challenge. The first, when we had to grab our pails and dig the dirt mound, that's when all of this happened. And it was crazy to me because you could tell there's no vets in the game because people are already picking sides, and it's challenge 1. You usually don't really show your cards until challenge 3, maybe challenge 4, and you're like, okay, well, now I have to pick a side, But they're already splitting the house up from the get-go. And I've done shows with Tony before, so I'm going to have Tony's back. I didn't know Hunter at the time. I didn't know Anthony at the time. I wasn't really that cool with Dario at the time because of Rivals 3. We still were on that rocky ground. So I'm obviously going to choose Tony and Bruno, the 2 people I was cool with. And it just happened to be we were all on the Real World, so that's kind of funny too. And then we recruited Jenna. Well, that's one of my best friends on the show. And then Kayla was a girl who I was hooking up with at the time, so we had a fling going on. And I was surprised to not see Nicole on our side because I figured Nicole was a package deal with Bruno and Tony.
Yeah.
It ends up it works out. But at first, it wasn't like that. So it just got all divided because of that one challenge. Literally split up the whole house for the rest of the time. It was crazy. It was really strange.
Yeah. I mean, it's still splitting up the house. I mean, the whole argument last night with Shane and Hunter.
That one challenge dictated the whole season on sides for the underdogs team. Our team was probably one of the worst teams I've had to be a part of. Like, we did not work together as a team. We were split into 2 different teams, and everyone was on their own agenda. So
here's what my take was on this whole situation, and this is like my main opinion on Are You the One, kids. I love Are You the One. I've watched all 5 seasons in the spinoff. But I feel like they come in to these shows feel like they have a lot more to prove, and they feel like Oh, most of them I feel like are screen hogs.
Yeah.
Like Amanda's the
Yeah.
best one. Like it's like I get that you want to be on the show for a while, but it's like you need to take it down a few notches, you know?
Yeah, man. They're TV hungry. They want fame bad. I feel like there's a difference between the people who they cast for Real World and the people who they cast for Are You the One? Are You the One people to me seem more like your models, more like, okay, they really want the fame. They really want to, how do I put this? There's just a different type. And then I feel like the people that they cast for the Real World are more down to earth people, a little bit more, they have more of a backstory. You know, there's more to them than just what you see. And I'm not going to say Are You the One people are fake. I'm friends with a lot of them. But it just seems to me that a lot of those Are You the One people seem fake. So
they
I don't
come
know.
on with like they feel like they have something more to prove. I mean, which they do coming from another show, but it's like
Yeah, I can't
settle
I
down.
can't really talk because my rookie season I did the same thing, bro. You know, I came on there chest high thinking, all right, I gotta run shit because I've always watched this show and now this is my chance and I want to be top dog. And so I came in with the same. I understand how it is for them. So I can kind of see why, as a rookie, you kind of come in with your chest held high and you kind of want to run the show. I get it. I understand it. And I think it's just something that comes with you being a rookie, kind of, you know? I don't know. Yeah.
Let's talk
They
about
want to make their mark on the game. And sometimes it just lasts too long. You're like, okay, like relax, you know?
yeah.
At first it's acceptable. It's like, we understand you want to come in, you want to put your mark on the game, you want to do well. You've been looking forward to this opportunity because this is an opportunity. Like all these Are You the One people, they do Are You the One to get on the challenge, basically. So the challenge is their end result. So they want to get on the show. So this is like their big goal is to not only do Are You the One, but to get on the challenge afterwards, you know? So yeah.
Maybe with the spinoff though now, I'm pretty sure you probably heard that there's a spinoff. Are You the One? Second Chances? Couple of your housemates from Rivals 3 are on it, Nate and Devin. So
I want Devin
I'm
to go far.
I'm sure with that they'll probably. I mean, I want to see some Are You the One people still coming on, but I feel like they're gonna slow it down a little bit.
I think they might slow it down, but you know, MTV's got this new show, Stranded. They're trying to put some of those stranded kids on the challenge. So, I mean, I wouldn't be mad about it because they look like some walkovers to me. I'm not going to judge them because they're living outside and they're not eating properly or anything, you know. But still, I think that they're going to put some of those stranded kids on season 30 of the challenge.
You think so?
I think so, man. I think so.
I haven't
The
watched
way
a single episode
production's
of that
been.
show.
Posting it on Twitter, you know, pictures and things like that. We'll see.
Oh, your screen just blank at the wrong time.
Right. I just saw Ace put a tweet out, so I clicked it.
My girl Ace right there.
Yeah, shout out to Ace, man. You guys check out her YouTube. She's hilarious.
Ace, we gotta get one of these soon. We gotta get another one of these going soon. I haven't talked to her on a podcast since Bloodlines preview.
Oh yeah, man. Get her on here. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
It'll be fun.
So let's talk about some of the people on the challenge that you've been involved with. Gotta talk about Kayla. Let's talk about Kayla.
Let's talk about it.
So let's talk about it from the beginning. The beginning seemed like it felt like it was going well.
Yeah.
And towards the end, the whole wet in the bed thing happened.
Right. This is what I have to say about that, Andrew.
Where are things with Caleb then, and then where are things with her now?
Now.
I think I know the answer for now, but I'll let you go.
So you guys got a lot of the whole lovey-dovey story. Cory and Kayla were cute to watch type of deal, right? But you guys didn't get all the fights and all the arguments that we would get in. This fairy tale, like, oh, we're kissing, it's cute on the beach type of deal. No, we're fighting at night. We're yelling at each other. And it wasn't a perfect relationship. So when she peed the bed, they really made it seem like because she peed the bed is why I kind of slowed things down with her, which isn't even true. Like, was that the trigger point? Yes. Is that the main reason? No. The main reason was the relationship wasn't going anywhere, and I could just tell that we were both going to be toxic for each other. So when that happened, that was kind of the trigger that pulled the gun. So it and did I go about it the best way? No. Am I perfect? No. I shouldn't have went in that room, talked to Amanda, whatever. But me and Kayla, we had our fun. It was easy. Things started to take off a little bit, and so I slowed them down because I knew, hey, once you get home from the challenge, you're not going to want to be with me. I'm not going to want to be with you. There's in the challenge house, that's the challenge house. But outside of the challenge house, that's a whole different ballgame. So, and I guess you could say now, I think Kayla's living in Vegas. She's got a boyfriend. She seems happy. She's doing her. I'm having my fun, doing me, and wish her the best. So,
So moving on to another one that you've had beef with during the season. We talked about him earlier, the guy who come back after a 10, 11-year layoff, Shane.
Shady Shane. Yeah, Shady Shane.
Let's talk about Shane. What was your issues with how do you say his Twitter handle? Shenanity?
Shady Shane or Shenanity or something like that. My relationships with him, we were cool. We were cool in the shelter. We were fine in the Oasis until the game started to kick up a little bit. And then you could start to see Shane's true colors. Well, not really his true colors, just how he was going to play the game. And Shane was going to play the game on saving his own ass. He was going to do anything he had to save his own ass, which is fine. It's a game. Everyone plays it different, Now, is that the way I'm going to play the game? No, not really. I'm not going to go make a promise to this alliance and then go make another promise to the other alliance. I tried at Rivals 3, didn't work out too well for me. So I kind of learned from that. I said, hey, you got to stick to who you're strong with, who you kind of started this with, and ride that train into the end. So I would have to say Shane was probably the biggest underdog.
Oh yeah.
You look at his size, you're like, oh, this guy's old too. You look at his size, he's not as big as most of us. I would definitely give him the biggest underdog, and I think he probably performed up to par. He performed great.
Yeah. Here's how I think the differences between you and him are. I feel like you were going into the challenge wanting to win, right?
Yeah.
And he was wanting to go into the challenge so wanting to get to the final.
Yeah.
Because he was on, I want to say 4 or 5 before that. He's never been to a final. I mean, Neither way is the wrong way, but I felt like that was the disconnect. Am I right?
Yeah, it's like if everyone played the game the same way, it wouldn't work out. That's why you have all these different personalities that approach situations differently, and they play the game differently. Like Shane liked, what do I say? I don't know. He just liked for people to know kind of what he was doing. Like he would go talk to Nicole, have that, then he was making promises everywhere, And I kind of tried a different approach this season. I kind of stood strong by Jenna and Nicole. I said, hey, these are the strongest girls on our team. I'm going to stand strong by them. And hopefully we can ride this thing out. I mean, honestly, bro, it started 13 people against 5.
Mm-hmm.
And somehow we have 3 left. It's me, Jenna, and Nicole are left. They knocked out Tony. They knocked out Kayla. And then Dario came along late and they knocked him out. So, I mean, my back's been against the wall the whole season so far. So I'm just like, hey, let me stick to these people who have been loyal to me, and I'm going to be loyal to them, and we're going to ride this thing out.
Mm-hmm. And then another one that I definitely want to get into is Hunter. So you and him go back and forth after that second challenge.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts about Hunter? I mean, this is somebody who's brand new to the challenges, came off of Are You the One season 3. What are your thoughts about this young man?
Hunter, man. My thoughts are Hunter loves competition. I've played sports my whole life. That's why I use a ton of sports analogies and whatnot. Played sports my whole life, and so is Hunter. Hunter's loves sports, so he's very competitive, loves competition. He came in there, kind of reminds me of my rookie season, chest high, thinking, hey, he can't be touched. And then, you know, you do the best you can. You think you're unstoppable, and that's kind of how Hunter came in. He felt like he was unstoppable, and he loves competition. And it's kind of like when two players on the same team get into it. You know, LeBron and Thomas the other night, they got into it on the court, and then 5 seconds later in the locker room on their interviews, they said there's no beef between us. We just got into it on the court, and we're going to put it to the side and keep working together. And that's how me and Hunter's beef kind of went on that second episode. He called me out. I called him out. Right when we got back to the shelter, we both sat down and we said, hey, he respected me for how well I've done on the show and how I'm competitive, and he kind of sees me as the top dog. So he wanted to come for that spot. So I respect that, you know. And we kind of smashed it, put it to the side, and from then on we were cool. He loves competition, man, and I think you guys will see it.
I don't know what I tweeted about this last night. Like, I don't know if you watched like maybe an episode or two of the season 3 of Are You the One? It was with your girl Cheyenne season.
I didn't watch it. I watched some clips that I would see, but I didn't actually watch any episodes. That was like Nelson, him. Yeah.
He was a good guy on Are You the One season 3. I'm not saying he's a bad guy on this season, but like this season, he's like, it's a totally different side of him, which I don't know if I like or not.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a different side of him or if that's just the cameras are choosing what they want to show.
Yeah.
You know, like that's another side where it's hard because maybe on Are You the One, someone's portrayed as a nice guy, sweetheart, does no wrong. And then on the challenge, they get portrayed a whole different way. You know, so then as a viewer, your mind's kind of all over the place. Like, do I like this guy? Do I not like this guy? It's a toss-up. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of how I didn't know him on Are You the One, so I can't say like if he changed or anything like that. I can just judge him off of the time that I've known him. And super competitive guy. He's very religious. Yeah, he's young. He's young, religious, competitive, and loves to compete, man.
I asked Ashley this. I don't know if you can give me a take on this. What was going on with his preseason beef with Kayla?
With Hunter and Kayla?
Mm-hmm.
I think they were talking. I think there was some text going back and forth, you know, a little text here and there. And I think they had a little fling going on. And then, I don't know, in person, like when I was at the airport, I had no clue about it. When we showed up at the shelter, they weren't flirting. Like, I had no clue. And then, you know, after getting to know Kayla, she's like, yeah, actually, me and Hunter were texting before the show. And we kind of had something going on. And I was like, well, I would have never known because in person, they didn't show it. So that's all I knew about that.
Yeah, Hunter was talking mad mess about her in his confessional. It was like, wait, you've never been on a show. They've never been on a show together. So it's like, what's going on here?
I think Hunter was a little heartbroken at one point that I wouldn't say that she chose me over him, but just she wasn't really vibing with him as much as he would like her to.
Yeah. What do you think about his little relationship / fling with your Rivals 3 partner?
Ashley. Man, it's all in good fun, man. They're both country. They both are having some fun. And I'm all for it. You know, somebody else hooking up besides me is a good thing. Why do you think they show all my hookups? Because no one else is hooking up in the house. So whenever I have other people hooking up in the house, that takes the attention off of me, and I'm happy about it, bro.
Yeah. So last but not least,
yeah,
we've been seeing you a lot with the Brazilian lately.
Yeah, Camila.
So I mean, has this been seasons? Been like seasons in the making? You and Camilla as a hookup?
I would say a little bit of that. I mean, what is it now? Yeah, this is our 3rd straight season together. She did Bloodlines, she did Rivals 3. So, I mean, we've lived together for a while. You know, when you live with somebody, you just get to know somebody. And I would definitely say there's been things building up to this. And so finally, I think we both pulled the trigger and we made it happen.
Mm-hmm. Man, she's looking good this season. Like, I mean, she looks good every season, but like,
been looking the best she's looked. Body fat percentage low. Everything was looking good. She Yeah, she's like getting better looking with time, which is a good thing.
Yeah, I don't know what Amanda was smoking last week, saying like, "Oh, you're fat." Like, no, not even close.
No, and then Camila started to twerk. I was like, yes, you get it. That was great. That was epic right
Yeah,
there.
the fact
I
that
mean,
she
it was in the
beat
midst
both
of a
Laurel
fight.
and Cara last week, I thought she was gonna go home, be the next champ to go. The fact that she won to meet Camilla.
Oh yeah. They did tell us we can't wrap our bodies up in the rope though. I'm gonna be the first to say that. And she did it anyways. That's why production scream said you're not allowed to do that. So technically, she kind of cheated a little bit.
So that's
I
why
wouldn't say
Cara's been tweeting all that mess.
they told us don't wrap yourself up in the rope. Camila wrapped herself in the rope for a good 20, 30 seconds to give her arms a break. And then, so Camila got the win, though. I'm not taking her win away, but there was some foul play in there. It's like the deflate gate. The footballs were flat, but they still got it done. So,
Oh, I got to get to this question.
yeah.
Ace Nichols, you guys got to check her out. Does recaps every week. She wants to know if you're worried about those hoes.
Ace, I'm never worried about those hoes. Come on, Ace. You know me. Never worried about them.
So I gotta know because we've talked about the hookups. Battle X is 3. They say, Cory, you gotta pick your partner. Mine door number 1 is Anissa.
Okay.
2, Cheyenne. 3, Kayla. 4, Camilla. Which door are you opening?
I'm opening the first door.
Ooh, I didn't expect that one.
I'm gonna open the first door. One, Cheyenne's about to pop any day now. Congratulations to her and the baby. Want nothing but the best for her. But I'm pretty sure she's retired. She's got a kid. I don't think she's gonna do another one. Kayla, I don't know. I wouldn't have a problem working with her. I just don't think we would work as well as me and Anissa. Camilla is very hard. Yeah, we'll see. I don't want to give away any spoilers or anything like that, but I'm going to take door 1. Definitely take door 1. Me and Anissa, I feel like we would work well together. She knows how to communicate to me. I could communicate to her. And, I feel like we would work well together. And she's good at the politics side of things, and that's kind of, I'm getting better. It's not really what I like to do. I just like to go out there and perform. But she definitely can go around the house and talk to everybody. So.
Another question from one of the listeners, Jeremiah Howard wants to know, would you rather partner with Jenna or Mitch on a season?
Jenna or Mitch? I'm going to go Mitch. Don't get me wrong, man. I love Jenna. But I'm going to go Mitch. Me and Mitch did a season. And I think me and him, when we were partners, we took second place for the finals. But then even on our challenges, we took second place and first place. So me and Mitch, we're a good team together. He's kind of the brains. I'm the muscles. And we work well together.
Mm-hmm. Let me see if I can get more of these questions in here.
Yeah. Yeah, I just need to practice puzzles.
Yeah. There's some stuff in the challenge you can't practice for, I mean.
That's exactly it. There's
people think you can train so much for him, but like anybody, I mean, if Katie Doyle, I don't know if you know who Katie Doyle is, if she can win a challenge, there's
no, honestly, you go do as many push-ups as you want, as many sit-ups as you want, but if you can't critically think in the moment, if you can't look at something and think of the best way to critical thinking, and I feel like that's Johnny Banana's biggest strength, is that fool can look at something and think of the best strategy to accomplish that goal. And he could do it quick. And he's good at it. So I think there's a lot of things that you can't practice for or train for in the challenge that it's just like, hey, you got it or you don't. So yeah.
I don't know. I'm gonna master his last name, so I'm gonna say said wants to know. I'm gonna reword this question. What parts of your game do you feel like you need to work on for a future season?
My weaknesses. What do I need to work on? I would say my biggest thing that I need to work on, I just mentioned the puzzles. I would say puzzles I need to work on, and other than puzzles, I would probably say my cardiovascular shape. Just being able to run 2 miles nonstop without a break. Being able to bike 5 miles in case we have to do that. And yeah, I'm gonna have to say puzzles are my weakness, and cardio. So those are two things I've been trying to work on and get better.
Mm-hmm. I remember, I want to say it was the second episode of the Champs Run. Banana said a quote that I thought was kind of interesting. And some of the people I've said this. I don't know if I agree or disagree with it, but they said your social game is not up to par. Do you understand what they mean by that?
Yeah, and that's where I disagree, because my social game has been working out for me just fine. Bloodlines, I made it to a final. Rivals 3, the social game, I had everything in place, but Dario kind of made it backfire on me. I was going to sit real nice with the Bananas and West thing going on. I think why people think I don't have a social game is because they never really know what's going on. And I feel like they think that I'm confused because they don't know what's going on in my head. I'm not going to let somebody in my head. I don't want you to know my next move. Why would I let you know my next move?
Yeah. Exactly.
You know, I just play a different game than they're used to. And I'm usually straight up scared to go into elimination. So people get that confused with stupidity or Cory doesn't know what he's doing. I know exactly what I'm doing. You know, you don't know what I'm doing, so you think I'm confused. There's a difference between the two. I've done pretty well. And I don't think the social part is my weakness. Is it my strength? No. But can I handle myself? Yeah, I can handle myself when it comes to the politics side of things. It's just, like I said, when people don't know what you're doing, they consider that stupid or that you're confused just because they don't know what you're doing. So, yeah.
Fred Giles wants to know, and this is a very good question. Is Bananas overrated?
Overrated?
Yeah.
Bananas is overrated in elimination. His overall game, you can't take anything from the man. No. He's won a ton of times. He's won a ton of money. And an elimination, yeah. You know, tell me who has Bananas beat in the past 4 seasons in elimination?
Has 4 seasons. I don't even think he's even beat anybody. Except the X's, too.
Who has he beat? I think he beat Jordan and free agents, and that was it. Honestly, think to yourself, like,
he wasn't in any. He didn't go in any last season, I don't think, with Sarah. Oh, he beat Dario and Nicole. That's it.
Okay, him and Sarah beat Dario and Nicole. And then what? Bloodlines, he lost to Cara and Jamie.
Uh-huh.
I just, don't get me wrong, he's legit. But would I be scared to go against an elimination? No. You know, so.
Mm-hmm. What do you think of the Still Heard Round the World last season?
What do I think about it? I think he did the right move. I know I might be a bad guy. One, Sarah backstabbed him. You know, and I feel like he kind of just, yes, his backstab was worth more. Don't get me wrong. But, and I don't know. That's between him and Sarah. I think he did what Johnny would have done, and that's take all the money. No surprise there. If it was me and Ashley, I would have split it with Ashley just because I know she needed the money, and I know she would have done well with the money. From what I hear, I guess Sarah's husband does pretty well for them, so I don't think she's really hurting for cash. So I think everyone's situation's a little different. Is it wrong that he gypped her out all that money and they worked together? Yeah, but also backstabbed him. So it was kind of like tit for tat. You know, she did him wrong, he did her wrong. His wrong was worth a lot more than her wrong.
Yeah.
But they're both wrong. Today, they were both wrong. They both played each other. It's just Johnny walked away with more cash. So
yeah, the amount of heat he got was like, I mean, I knew it was coming, but at the same time, I tweeted. This is like word for word, but I tweeted, it's Johnny Bananas. Like, what do you expect him to do? He's gonna do it. I mean, that's why the whole twist was put in.
Yeah, I don't know how Sarah trusted him to do the whole overnight sleeping, like to let him gain an extra point. I think that's how the finals work. I don't know. It was just Sarah should have known better than that. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
So we got a couple. How many more episodes do you think we have? A couple more?
How many what?
How many more episodes are there left in this season 29?
I'm gonna guess maybe 3 to 4 episodes.
So you guys got the bloodbath next week.
Yep.
Which, from what I saw in the preview, and you can confirm or not confirm, the elimination round is going to be a triple threat.
Threat.
Wow, I don't think we've ever seen that before.
I don't know. I don't think did TJ explain rules last night? I don't know. I don't think I can really talk about the rules of the bloodbath or what it's going to be. He just said all the underdogs pack your bags. As some of you are going home. We don't know how many are going home or if we're staying on location or leaving or what. We just know that we have something called a bloodbath and it's coming up and we got to be ready for it.
Yeah. So
yeah.
So I mean, I'm gonna only keep you for about another 5-10 more minutes. Let's what I do with my guests is I always throw out names and I get what I want to get what you think of the certain cast members on the show. So you ready?
Sorry, you broke up. What do? You throw out names and what?
I throw out names. It's called the name game. I give you a name, and I want to get your thoughts on the certain cast member.
Okay.
So I'll give you three to four guys and 3 to 4 girls. So let's start with something we've talked about with very briefly. Glad he's back, Darrell.
Funny. Darrell is funny. He's competitive. Darrell's the real deal. Don't worry about his age because he's 20 years old. And he's intimidating. He wants the money more than anybody. And he's legit. He's won 4 times for a reason. So Darrell's legit.
4 times in a row, too.
Yeah. Oh, it was in a row?
Yeah,
no, he's legit.
Yeah. Person you met for the first time as well from the champs, Laurel.
Beast. Laurel is a beast. I'm talking WNBA. Somebody needs to sign her a contract. She's like 6 foot, 6'1". Did you see how she treated Cara?
Oh my God.
It is not a walkover. She legit made Cara look like Cara was an average Joe. And Carson I do. Like she's a beast. And Laurel just picked her up by her neck. And I love Laurel, man. Laurel used to sing me to sleep. She used to come into the room, sing me and Nelson songs to put us to sleep.
That's something people don't know about her. She's a very good singer.
Very good singer, man. Laurel's a great person. Happy for her and Nicole. And I would love to have Laurel on my team.
Let's see here. One of the underdogs who is one of my favorite people to ever have on the podcast. Got eliminated in the shelter, unfortunately, Latoya.
Latoya's funny. You know, Latoya's good. Anybody. I don't see her ever winning a challenge.
Love her, but I agree.
But great person. She's hilarious. She's funny. But I don't think she's ever going to scare anybody when it comes to challenge time, you know? So.
Yeah, I got to agree with you, unfortunately.
Funny. She's hilarious.
Love that girl. It's going to be actually 5 years since her Real World season came out in June.
You said you want Ashley next?
Let's go Ashley K.
Ashley K. girlfriend. Yeah. Ashley K, she's a nice person. She seems like a sweetheart. I didn't really talk to her a whole bunch. Just seems like a nice girl. She had it tough. I mean, she had to go against Laurel, Camilla, and Cara.
Yeah.
She didn't stand a shot against any of those.
No.
I just think she needs to model. Her and Dario are happy, and they should just continue to be happy with each other because I don't really see her beating Laurel or Camilla in anything. So
yeah. And then somebody that we talked about earlier that you were on the opposite side of Nelson.
Nelson, yeah. Nelson, the homie, man. Works his ass off to do the challenge. You know, he might work out more than anybody. There's a lot of stuff you can't prepare for, you know? So, and like Amanda said last night, man, Nelson in the situations gets a little jittery. You didn't really see it with the Curry challenge when we had to sprint. Nelson somehow threw his bowl. I don't know how that even happens, but it's those little moments when like it's a pressure situation, Nelson gets a little jittery. So if he can calm those nerves, I definitely think Nelson is here to stay. He's
Speaking of the Curry challenge, I've heard through tweets and then on another podcast that you guys got a 5-minute penalty. Can you speak on that?
Oh, miss left and right.
Because they didn't
production would hand out 5 or 10-minute penalties because Jenna didn't finish some of her bowl. Nicole helped finish her bowl. We got a 10-minute penalty. I want to say I didn't get a time penalty, but because I used my hand to hold my straw, which is funny because I watched the episode and all the champs got to use their hands to hold their straw. With us, they told us we couldn't use our hands. So what happened to me is I finished my whole bowl of curry and they had to top it off. So I had to do double the amount of curry. A time penalty, I think it's just called getting topped off with the curry. And it was just, yeah. I don't know. You guys know I have no problem throwing up. So my goal was to drink the bowl of curry and throw up as much curry as I can because I know for this sprint, I want to be as light as possible. I don't want a stomach full of curry, you know?
I was just saying, Jenna not finishing food, why does that not surprise me?
That's not a surprise to anybody, man.
Her confession saying, I tried Brussels sprouts once.
Jenna's funny, man. Because Real World Explosion is doing well, man. We've always done well in the show with me, Ashley, Jenna, Tom. We've held our own. So,
do you still talk with most of the roommates from Explosion?
I wouldn't say talk to. Do I follow them on social media? Yeah, I talk to Tom sometimes. Follow Jay. I talk to Jamie sometimes. Follow her. That's
I follow Jamie on Snapchat. She's been in she was in Barbados last couple weeks.
Who, Jamie? Yeah, Jamie's happy with her boyfriend Luke. I got to meet both of them. Jamie let me stay at her house for 2 days in Houston, so that was really cool of her. And Luke's a great guy, and they're just traveling the world, man, enjoying life. So
nice. Do you think she'd ever do a challenge?
She wants to do a show. I think she wants to do a challenge. I'd love to see her on one. I want to see her and Amanda go at it. I want to see Jamie and Amanda go at it because I know they would butt heads, and I would just love to see them go at it.
Couple more questions.
We know Jamie and Ashley don't get along, so that would be good too.
Oh, that would be good. That'd be good. Couple more questions, then I'll send you on your way. I definitely appreciate you coming on, bud. It's been great.
All good, bro. I'm just waking up. I'm not doing much. Let's answer these questions.
So are you gonna keep doing these? You're gonna keep doing these till the wheels fall off? Because I hope this.
I'm gonna keep doing these until the wheels fall off. Until I feel like I can't compete anymore. And if I start losing an elimination or I start at the challenges, then I'll probably give it up. You know, honestly, I try to remind myself on how thankful and how grateful I need to be, because I'm sure you would love to be in my position. You would love to do a challenge. I know you would.
Mm-hmm.
Remind myself, like, damn, there's so many people out there that, man, take advantage of it. You know, sometimes you get caught up after you've done 5 of these in a row. It just becomes, you don't look at it the same. You know, it's more like a job almost. So I just try to remind myself, hey, choose, man, take full advantage of it, enjoy it. And I always say, if the minute I stop having fun, I'll be done with it. And I'm still having fun. So let's keep this thing going.
That's good. I feel like a lot of these kids from the other, all the kids, I act like I'm old. I'm only 27. Like, come on now. I feel like all the people from the other side, I feel like they take it too seriously, and you do when it comes to game day, but when it comes to the stuff at the house and at the shelter, you're very calm.
I'm like, it's because like you said, I like to enjoy myself. I remind myself I am so blessed to be in the position I'm in. I'm in a different country shooting a TV show, doing crazy shit. Myself. And everyone always asks me, like, Cory, why don't things bother you? Like, you seem to just rub things off and just keep it moving. And the things I've been through growing up, you know, and I'm going to let the little shit on the challenge get, man. You know, I know people who are out there fighting to get their next meal, or fighting to find an apartment, just what's going on at the challenge house. And I remind myself, so I have a good time. I'm smiling at you half of the time, you know, like I'm just having a good time. But when it comes time to compete, I'm going to get serious. I'm going to handle my business, you know. But my biggest thing is I found out on Rivals 3 when I went to that elimination and lost, I was too wound up. I was too in my head. I wasn't, you know, and I perform better when I'm relaxed. I said, let the game come to you. Don't force the game. Let the game come to you. So come to me, and I enjoy myself, bro. I have a good time.
Is there a certain format you're hoping to be in for next season?
Yeah, I would love to do next season. So hopefully we can make that happen. Hopefully I get chosen.
Yeah. What format? What format do you want to?
I need to get a win.
You hoping it's individual, or you hoping it's team? I mean, you've done all 3 now, pretty much.
I would want free agents.
I feel like that's what it's going to be season 30. I mean, season 25 was free agents. So I mean, season 30, they got to go. They got to go big.
So I hope it's free agents too. And how did the voting work? Do you know how the voting went for free agents?
The winners would pick somebody.
Okay.
And then it was always different for like the type of challenge they do, like partner challenge. Like, say if you're like one of the worst teams, you'd go into the draw, like the skull thing that you guys did in Rivals 3.
Oh, that's the one where they had flip cards, huh?
Yeah, that was the one that was. It was right after your guys' rural season.
Yep.
Is there anybody that you're hoping's on this next challenge that you haven't done a challenge with?
Honestly, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter who's on there. I'm going to have to go in there, give it my best, compete, and try to win. There's not one person where I'm really like, the only person I ever wanted to compete against was CT, because as a kid, he was my favorite person on the show. I guess as a teenager, I said a kid. As a teenager, he was my favorite person on the show. So now that I've got to lines, and then now that I've done a whole season with him, that was the only person I ever really wanted to go against. Other than that, whoever it is in front of me, I got to finish them off and take them down. So,
dude is hilarious in confessionals this season. Dude is freaking hilarious in the confessionals this season. Like he's always been hilarious, but I feel like this season he's been picking it up a notch. Like the whole
Well,
I mean
he's CT's at a different place in life. He's got like a kid now, and he's a lot calmer than he used to be.
yeah, he was like, I'm in the club doing the Roger Rabbit, and these kids are whipping and nene. that one liner got me laughing for days. That was hilarious.
Well, what it is once Banana leaves the house, some of us get camera time, and there are funny people in the house that actually, you know, now that Bananas isn't there, we get more CT and more Darrell, which is great because they're hilarious. You know, we can only take so much of Bananas, so it's good that they both steal the spotlight. So it's good to let some other people get some shine.
Yeah. Well, man, I'm definitely glad we've been able to catch up, and definitely hope to do this again real soon, man.
Yeah, bro.
Always been good people. Always been great to me.
I appreciate it, man. Always.
Yeah. So, where can people follow you all over social media?
Yeah, so on my social medias, go to Cory Wharton _IG for Instagram. That's Cory Wharton _IG. And then on Twitter, I'm MTV Cory Wharton. And follow Andrew. He covers all the reality shows, always professional, always on top of everything, man. Go hit my man with a follow.
I appreciate it, brother. Yeah, I definitely got some good ones coming up. I got Shane's going to be coming on soon. I've been trying to reach out to Hunter. He hasn't responded back to me, but it's all good. And got some of the Are You the One second chancers coming on soon too. You said you've been following that show?
I haven't been watching the show, but I see it on social media, and I know a couple of the guys doing it. I want Devin to do well, and I want the homie Adam. I want Adam to do well too. Those are
that's one of the ones that I'm probably going to talk to in a couple weeks. Adam and Shanley is throwback to the one. They were on the same time you guys were. They were on Tuesday night.
And both of those, the reason I like those guys to do well, they've done the challenge also. Mm-hmm. So it looks good for people from the challenge to go on there and do well. So best of luck to them, man.
Yeah, Nate went home last week.
Yeah, you know. I can't say much. Nate beat me in elimination, so I got to keep my mouth shut until I face him again. But
Cory, I can't stand him. There are a lot of the guys that Are You the One that I can't.
It was disappointing, man. It was a big disappointment, but yeah.
All right, I appreciate everybody for tuning in. I appreciate you, man, for coming on. We definitely got to do this again, man.
You're breaking up, man. Your video's frozen.
My bad. Can you hear me now?
All right, you're good.
All right, I just said I definitely want to thank everybody who tuned in. We got a lot of viewers tuning in, asked some great questions, and we definitely got to do this again, my man.
Yeah, we'll definitely do it again. Just let me know. Thank you guys for tuning in, and stay tuned, man. Every Tuesday night, 9 o'clock, Challenge Invasion. It's about to get good.
Yeah.
On to the end. Let's see who makes it to the final and who wins this whole thing.
Hoping it's you, man. It is definitely hoping it's. I'm hoping it's. I think it's going to be 4-4. I mean, I know you can't tell me, but I'm thinking it's going to be 4-4. My prediction is it's going to be you and Shane, and Nicole and Jenna.
Nice.
I would like to see those four in the final. I feel like you four would be a great team to face off against those champs.
That would make a strong team. That would make a really strong team.
Love Ashley, but would I rather? I mean, if Ashley were to take Nicole's spot, I wouldn't be too mad about that.
Yeah. Ashley's got a ton of heart, so I wouldn't mind it. Me and her have worked together before, so.
All right, everybody. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll catch you guys later.